I also want to share with the audience how I came across sixfigure.com, if you don't mind. So I've been helping quite a lot of corporate people in leadership training, conflict resolution, but I also have a lot of individual clients looking for jobs. And it's been rather enigmatic over the last few years. I did encounter one of my clients who came to me for mock interviews and how to prepare. What ended up happening was he ended up with two job offers, and both those job offers we negotiated 100K more than what that initially offered. And he ended up picking from that. But I couldn't help but ask him, how was he getting those interviews to begin with? And that's when he told me he's been using sixfigure.com. Yesterday, another person who's been using your tool got two job offers. I cannot tell you the level of joy in seeing this person not only land a job, but actually get two offers and gets to pick one of those two. So again, huge amount of credit goes to you guys for allowing us to take that burden of applying for jobs, even searching for jobs, customizing the resume, connecting with recruiters and referrals, and we're going to get into some of those things, but now focus on what I bring to the table, which is mock interviews, anticipated interview questions, and that peace of mind.
So we can only rise as much up to the systems that we create, essentially. And one of the ways that we try to do that is basically create a system which essentially applies to jobs on a regular basis, matches your tailors your preference, and then helps you bypass that entire demoralizing phase. This is something which I wanted to put out there, that cold applying definitely works. We believe people can actually use the platform to its maximum advantage. Just like to show you like how. So allow me to share the screen right now.
Yeah, screen sharing is enabled, so go ahead.
Best place to start is actually a resume. Basically, if you have a particular resume that you have, which is say not even updated at this point, it doesn't matter. It'll give you a starting point for you to start off. So I can see like it is us recommending me certain senior and executive levels. A few other things that I could probably tailor on is what kind of companies am I looking for? Because a lot of people, they do not want to work at small startups, while some people actually like to really kind of nail things and take ownership of things, which you have in smaller companies. A lot of people want to make sure that they're not actually the next targeted people. So one way you can do that is look at companies that have been recently funded. They're more likely to at least have a year or two of runway. Or you could look at companies that have not had a history of layoffs. So that might actually help you make sure that you hang on to your job a little more. Okay, so with that going forward, once you go ahead and select the filters, so you will have certain jobs that are recommended to you. It is like for every job that you're looking at, it will give you a really quick analysis as to how you're fitting against this role. What we're essentially trying to do here is organize your job search in a very organized fashion. So what you're seeing on the left is the set of jobs that our system is currently finding and recommending for you. And then going forward, your entire job application goes through a series of stages. The moment I say open up a job and then I decide, okay, this job actually seems interesting to me, let me go ahead and probably click on apply. The moment I do that, it actually goes into your auto apply queue. Our systems, our AI agents are essentially using all of your resume data. They're tailoring the resume, they're customizing it to the job to make sure that you're actually matching it as much as possible, and they're actually applying it in the background. And this usually takes like about 10 to 15 minutes on an average. Now there are certain open-ended questions. For example, why is it that you want to work here? Or things like what is it that actually excites you about the process? Now these are fairly open-ended questions. You can go ahead and review all of the answers that it is actually applying to, and see whether those are something that fit your needs or not. The one example that I shared with you was essentially when you're handpicking the jobs, what you can actually do is turn on the auto mode. Now what auto mode is based on all the preferences that you have set, the AI agent will go ahead and apply to certain jobs every day based on what limits that you set here. So the slider that I'm essentially moving right now gives it an indication of how many jobs do you want to apply. It will try to expand your search because you might not have that many number of jobs available every single day. And the odds that a perfect job will actually come and show up itself for your own specific resume, the chances of that are pretty less. So you have to play around with the customization. What customization will do is it will first try to make sure that your resume is standard, something which an ATS system can actually understand. And the second is it will try to add certain keywords, or it will try to tailor your summary to make sure that it is more aligned to the job description. And then the next option is a minimum match score. So this is again one way in which you can identify how flexible are you with regards to the jobs that are getting applied. So if you want to be absolutely relevant, you might have to crank this up to 70 or 80%. So this might just improve your odds overall. And once you go ahead and do that, the agent actually gets deployed. And then all of these jobs essentially will get queued and start getting applied on a daily basis.
So there are two levels of automation. One, I can manually drag things from the match jobs to the auto apply queue, and then it's auto applying. But why even do that manual? I can set a limit 10, 15 per day, and it's bringing automatically every day from match jobs to the second. And like what was already done earlier, SoFi, you're pulled from the first to the second column, it's already applied and you have some information there to look at.
Right.
And I also believe you get an email from, in this case, the company, thanks for applying, what have you, a recruiter will get in touch with you, isn't it?
It's as if you were actually applying to it yourself. You will get the confirmations there, but you also get a notification from SixFigure also. So something which adds as an extra confirmation. Now, say a job got applied and you want to make sure that certain things are right. So what you can do is open up a job. First generated me a cover letter, which is something which is not really required on applications, but it is good practice to have. It just shows that there is deeper intent with the way that you're applying to jobs. And then you will have certain application questions where it will essentially show you all the answers that it has used. Whenever you feel that there is something which is not matching your requirement, you can always go ahead and change things in the profile.
There are a few other things I want to bring attention to because I think those are hidden gems. I think as is, it's tremendous value, but there are two hidden gems here in the light blue on the top: contact recruiter and get a referral. Can you expand on that, please?
One thing which I had already told you is like there's one myth around cold apply that will definitely increase your chances of getting shortlisted or at least getting noticed by 2 or 3 times more. So one way which we've tried to do that is allowing you to actually directly contact either the recruiter or somebody within the organization who's very likely to refer you to the job. So I can just click on either getting a referral or getting contact information of the recruiter. And the moment that I do that, we provide you the contact information of the person. What it actually did is it tried to find somebody within the organization who's closely related to the specific department and who's very likely to probably engage with you in some way or the other. Let's say you want it to actually mention something which it actually missed. So I would say, please mention my Amazon experience. Once you're actually happy with it, you can either send the email via the SixFigure platform, or you can just copy this out and send it by yourself. It's entirely up to you. I will go ahead and send it, and the email has actually been sent over to them. So these are essentially certain ways in which we're starting to at least reduce 90% of the job hunting process. And the rest is entirely up to you. How do you want to go around this playing field? And one thing which I wanted to point out is the agents, they essentially, because we're constantly crawling all the job company websites, because we actually directly pull data from those platforms. So say a particular job actually got listed, say 1 hour ago, right? So our systems essentially try to pull that data every hour. So if a job actually got listed about 1 hour from now, When it is again trying to find the jobs, it will be able to find that specific job and it will be able to apply it as quickly as possible.
I think, if you don't mind, one of the feedback that some of the clients gave for thought, which is I see some posted a week ago, some posted maybe 4 days ago. One of the call out was, can we filter by date posted? That was one of the things that people had asked.
Just one small mention is that once you have certain type of filters here and you feel like, okay, these are the filters that I actually want to do, you can actually deploy the agent with these specific filters and it will go ahead and then deploy ask you to deploy. That's the idea.
Right. So like I have to re-emphasize there, our project manager in Grow You Now, she's originally a client and she wanted some work experience and came to us. She's had tremendous amount of work experience and is doing incredible work here at Grow You Now. But at the same time, we want to make sure that she lands in one of these big enterprise companies locally in Texas, where she is. For more than 2 years, she got 0 interviews. In this moment in time, she has 10 interviews thanks to SixFigure. Even from what I've seen, how it's been helpful and some of the features that you've showed me today, I can see how powerful this can be. And you've been improving this since the end of last year rapidly. Anything else you'd like to showcase here where people can kind of look and see how this can be useful for them? Anything that we haven't touched so far?
Like there's one specific thing which I wanted to point out. I think it's something which is not very evident, is you should look at what you have in front of you as a single AI agent. But you can actually deploy multiple such AI agents. So what I can do is, say, assuming that I have actually set up one specific GPT specifically for customer success, I can just go ahead here and create a specific one specific for sales. And then what will essentially happen is I've got now 2 separate GPTs who are essentially running their own set of preferences, their own set of filters. And this allows you to have a more organized way of targeting multiple roles. So what you can do is just, if you have a separate resume for customer success and a separate resume for sales, you can just upload them as part of the profile. And once you do that, they will show up here. And then in specific GPT, you can by default have the option of selecting the best resume. So the agent is smart enough to identify which specific resume it should actually use for applying. But if you want to be 100% sure, you can actually select the specific resume and actually start using that, or asking the agent to only use that. And it will only customize the applications for those specific resume and not touch the other one.
And what's, I think, even greater, in my opinion, is the pricing. Is that something we can talk about today?
The entire system primarily works on a credit basis. So you can think of every job that you apply to, it essentially consumes a credit. Whether you actually want to customize it or use customized resumes for it, or enable automatic referral outreaches, it doesn't really matter. But once you're kind of satisfied, you will end up having to start purchasing credits for it.
Where in here can they enter that discount, the Grow You Now discount?
It will be on the Stripe checkout page. So the moment that you check out on the platform, there will be an option for you to enter the coupon code, and they can just enter it there. I think that particular step still needs to happen in the hiring industry, which is still yet to be seen.
Yashvi, this has been completely amazing. I'm honored. I'm excited. There are people that I'm serving, and it's a huge responsibility that I have to getting them to where they need to go. You're making it so much easier for all of them. So thank you so much. I wish SixFigure greater success.
I would really like to thank you, Suraj, and Grow You Now especially, because you've given us certain insights about candidates, especially because we've not really had a chance to work with candidates on such a close-up basis. But because of the constant feedback or helping us understand what is the psychology and not just the things that we see in analytics, but more from an emotional perspective of the candidate. That's something that you've been able to provide as an insight, and which is absolutely invaluable. No other tool in the world is able to do that. So really thank you for that, Suraj, and I hope we can change more lives together in the coming few days.
Thank you guys, and see you next time on Grow Your Mind here live on LinkedIn.